Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take a look at ICP Internet Computer Protocol. It's been a few days since my last update here, and I thought that, you know what, the community deserves this update on ICP Internet Computer Protocol. We have actually started the week on a somewhat of a positive note because we're not seeing too much drama, right? No much of downside action has been happening, but there is something very interesting, especially here on the weekly time frame for ICP. Then I'm also going to be showing you, massive states that looking very, very good for ICP first of all, and then of course the rest of the market is looking not as bad as people are thinking it's looking right. So I'll show you all those charts. Before we start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for ICP Internet Computer Protocol updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. So on the 1 weekly time frame, we can take a look at the RSI, and we can see that throughout the life cycle of ICP Internet Computer Protocol, it has not lost this trend line on the RSI. So more likely than not, I think we can expect some kind of a bounce on this RSI. That also means that we are also anticipating some kind of a bounce here on the price section. Now, should we drop below this trend line, this is going to be something totally new that we have never seen before with ICP Internet Computer Protocol. Does it mean that ICP now gets too bearish? I really have no idea, to be honest with you, because we have never seen ICP go below this trend line. So optimistically speaking, the thing that we are looking for there is a bounce. But when we also come to the price section, maybe on the daily time frame, I was mentioning in the last update that, look, this drop that we are having here is very much similar to what we were having back between like March and July 2024. And really take a look at it one more time, you can see that it's pretty much the same thing. So even this one was very bad, very aggressive too. It still found a bottom, right? It bounced this and that. So I know that a lot of people are not in the camp of things are going to be okay here for crypto. I think people are thinking that we are in a bear cycle already, but I would say that for the most part, the market, until and unless like some things are validated, is actually getting ready for somewhat of a V-shaped recovery. And maybe it's going to be very fast, that it's going to be leaving a lot of people very much surprised after losing a lot of money. It's going to be very hard to get back into this market. So I really respect the ICP community for sticking around and staking as much ICP as they can, because that really is what is going to be helping you, right? This chart doesn't make any sense or whatsoever, but there are some things which also make a lot of sense here for ICP. Let's get into those ones. But let me just start here with the total market cap of crypto. We have got a golden cross, and this is very important on a weekly time frame. This is total too, I should be saying. This is the market cap of all altcoins. Obviously, Bitcoin is not in this, but a golden cross happened last cycle, and this actually was catapulting the price to new heights, as you can see right there. We have had one right now, and this is something that is perceived to be bullish, but right now I don't think that a lot of people are talking about it, right? People are much more focused on the fact that we're in a bear market. We're going to be taking a round trip to zero. I think they're wrong, but I've also been wrong before, so I really don't know. Then also, if you take a look at the total market cap, right, it's still sitting on all-time highs. It also has the same exact structure that the ICP prices had, but the good thing is that we are still on top of that 2021 bull run. So the market still is poised to go ahead and reach something like $10 trillion. In a market where you have got $10 trillion, how much is ICP going to be taking of that level? It's going to be a lot of money coming to ICP and pumping the whole price. Now, if we also take a look at one thing that a lot of people have been talking about, this is the Bitcoin dominance. It's actually looking more bearish than people are suggesting. So you can see we've got this bearish divergence, at least in terms of the RSI, but you can see that the price is moving towards the upside. Another thing here is to look at this doji candle that we had on the weekly time frame, bearish for the BTC dominance. We want this thing to crash so that it at least gives the altcoins some kind of room to breathe. When something like this happens, hopefully it happens, the weekly candle close is going to be very important, but this is going to be very helpful for ICP and a lot of other different altcoins as well. So I was saying that the ICP chart makes no sense altogether, because there is actually very much bullish fundamental news here, because you can see Fabio was posting that the ICP was buying a lot of ICP and they're taking it off of exchanges. So you see here we've got this blue line, and then I think there's an orange line. The orange line is indicating the amount of ICP that is on exchanges, and you see that it's actually dropping very fast. Now you also see a blue line down here, and it's indicating that there is the number of addresses holding, or holdings basically, of whales holding at least a minimum of 10,000 ICP. Now with the current price of ICP, we are looking at people having a minimum of $60,000 in ICP alone. I think these are people who reach, basically, because I think my whole portfolio is very much a little bit higher than this amount that, somebody's just holding in ICP. This thing here is indicating that the bigger players are very interested in ICP and they are taking it out of exchanges. So that actually shows an intent that they don't want to be selling their ICP anytime soon. This is actually very much bullish, and I hope you take it with the seriousness that it deserves. Now, he was also posting something that was very, very interesting. If things continue like this, there's going to be a supply shock here for ICP. There's only 44 million ICP left on exchanges. And that also explains why we always see low volumes on ICP. For example, we can see that in the last 24 hours, only $97 million has been traded. But if you take a look at other things, maybe they're banking 500 million and stuff like that. So short term, yes, this may be looking like a bad thing that we don't have volume on ICP. But the reason is that there isn't actually any ICP on exchanges. Now, think about it in this way. When the price eventually starts moving towards the upside, a lot of people are going to be competing for only this 47 something, right? The other one is off of exchanges, so it cannot be bought, right? Unless and until it comes to exchanges, which, to be honest with you, is also going to be an indicator for us to see when a lot of ICP is now flooding exchanges. Then we can know that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sell. I mean, this is not an indication of a bear market. I would say when you see the whales buying loads of ICP and sticking it elsewhere outside of exchanges, meaning they don't want to be selling it. I mean, this is very good. I think this should be the most important chart, to be honest with you. I mean, it's 47 million only for something that has got about 480, I think 420 maybe, that is circulating right now. Let's go ahead and check that real fast. We can see that, okay, we have about 480 million, but out of this 480 million, only 44 million is on exchanges. That's crazy. By the way, half of this is actually staked, so it's not going to be hitting exchanges anyway. So yeah, ICP is actually looking much more bullish here. Another thing that also looks very good is the amount of ICP that has been burning, because it took more than 3 years, I think, to get to, what was it, 200 or 177,000 ICP burned. Maybe 3 years, I should be saying, but ever since September, look at the way this thing has started rising. This is really, really good. So, for example, just in the last 10 days alone, on average, we're burning about 11, 14,000 ICP a week. This rate has kind of dropped a little bit because the market is not very excited, for example, with meme coins and stuff like that, which were burning a lot of ICP. But eventually, that whole thing is going to be deflationary, in my humble opinion. And put on top of it that we don't have actually a lot of ICP on exchanges. Most of it is going to be staked. I really sometimes run out of words to explain how, fundamentally speaking, ICP is very, very bullish. If you directly look at the chart like this, you may get a bleak picture, but that is far from what is happening with ICP. Some of these things needs to take, a little bit of a further step to understand what exactly is what. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you could please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. And then of course, I will see you on the next one. If you want to be joining our private Discord group for short-term trades and stuff like that, feel free to join. The link will be down there in the comment section or maybe the description. You can join via Patreon and immediately you'll be able to access the link to the Discord group. So thank you. Bye-bye.